Hey everybody, it's Risley. Today we're playing Super Auto Pets. Let's give it a go. Alright, farmland with a horse. Very aesthetic, very beautiful. It's got its own barn, and who's going to accompany this horse? Which, honestly, I got too caught up in the moment. I bought it because we had a barn. I hate the horse. I don't respect it. It sucks in every way. I guess, okay. I don't think it used to do this, where it gives you, like, +1 temporary stat for that one. You're gonna make me get a level 2 horse right off the bat. You're gonna make me come in here and get a level 2 useless unit just because you're giving me the level option for it? That's very rude of you, game. Very rude. Let's be some clumsy cuties. After all, when you're making a female character and you're thinking, I don't want this character to be like a Mary Sue. I don't want her to be unrealistic without having any faults. Well, the obvious choice is either make her clumsy, so she's perfect in every way except she's a little ditzy, which is like the cutest combination you can add, or you make her a little hot-headed. Apparently those are the only two versions of a strong female lead with some sort of background that you can possibly have. Is it positive? No, not very. Is it very cliché and people use it too much? Yes, absolutely. What makes you ask? Is it not obvious at this point? Okay, so we're running a medium-sized fish. I didn't check the weekly. Oh, you know what? I completely forgot. Last time I played this, which I do play a little bit on my own sometimes, I switched it to be not the weekly and just pack 1. So I guess we're gonna have one little fun game using just pack 1. Flashback, is anyone even doing this anymore? I feel like since the point in which they added weeklies, everyone was kind of like, there's not really a whole point to anything else. Ooh, a spider? This is sad because I don't want to level my horse yet. I would like to save it. I mean, I only save levels until tier 5. I guess it's 2 turns that we might as well do this because it is going to be worth it. Get spiders out. At least then the horse is doing literally anything. But I will admit, next turn, like I'm buying the spider for now, but next turn, that horse is out of here. And once the horse is out of here, that spider's looking at one big fat pill. I hope it's, I mean, it doesn't even have a visible mouth. I guess most of the pets don't actually have a visible mouth. That kind of sucks. I wonder where this pill is going. Moments where you don't want to think too hard. You're running a horse. Joke's on you, my unwanted horse was stronger than both of yours combined. Kind of dingle maneuver you got going on, you dingle. Alright. Double spider pufferfish. Do we have anything that goes with the pufferfish? No. For what reason did I decide to level this spider instead of immediately pilling it? Well, because we already had one, so I guess I could pill it right now. A level 2, 3. I have 1 gold. I request something good, please. A pufferfish, maybe. Level 2 kangaroo, that's a little bit of a jam. It's gonna have to go behind you, because you have the most health, so that's the most triggers we could theoretically get. Although I admit 5 health is not really enough health for me to expect any triggers, so we'll just have to see how that runs. Okay. I see your concept. Your concept being your team has enough health to get through that, and my team doesn't. The problem with that being is that my team did. You forgot that one instance in which it was possible for somebody else to be amazing. Kinda wish I had lost so I could get that out of the way, but here you go. I could run an ox. I historically don't really like an ox, but I also historically think that other people seem to, and whenever somebody else likes something and you don't, you're kinda like at one point, you gotta be like, okay, what's going on? What am I missing here that's so amazing that this person's like all up on it, and I'm not? Double kangaroo. Okay, we can pill something directly in front of the ox, in which case I probably should have saved an ant or something. To be fair, that plan was still formulating while I was clicking the button, so you can't expect too much of me. My kangaroo and my pufferfish. Well, I would have to say that was a jerk move combination, but with only 1 hit on the pufferfish, our kangaroo also got to strong enough to actually pull us out for a draw. I was gonna say for a win. Alright, kangaroo. The amount of respect I have in you has been lowered. You are not completely worth it. Let's put you immediately just because, what, 6 gold? Enough to roll like 3 times, or we could just buy a sheep, actually. Is that good? It's better than him being behind that. Ox in the second to last spot is definitely a little strange, but you can get out of here. And a spider? Full-on summon squad? By full-on summon squad, I mean like half summon squad, extremely replaceable summoning units, followed by some other units that also I don't really respect that much, but they're there. And they're gonna beat the crap out of this horse team, I would only assume. Okay, so Oh, the fact that I killed their cricket means that one of their spiders couldn't summon. That was a weird ordering. Big kangaroo for the win. Let's see, what do we got? Like 5? Oh, we haven't lost any health so far, or at least if we did, we got it back. And 2 wins. We have another spider. I don't personally really care about the concept of another 2 tier 2-3. I'm gonna do this purely because, like, what if it was another kangaroo? It wasn't, but whatever. I do like a skunk. Oh, and that's the fun thing about the original pack, which I feel like almost never happens. Oh look, they've got extra food now. Is that there's actually a few scaling foods, right? Apple, salad, pear, sushi. Not too many pizza, at least one in each thing. There's enough food in the shop that you can actually feed a worm reliably. It's like kind of hard to get a worm kicking off, but it's actually somewhat possible here as opposed to when it's in the weekly, when it's like literally impossible. Yes, there's 2 darsh many tools. Here you go. Ooh, should I have saved that? Maybe. You would have been cool if I had decided we weren't doing that. Joke's on you, you suck, and you're out of here. Okay, we'll keep that, and I do like a deer. Usually tier 4s are not something where they come up naturally and I still want them. Tier 4s definitely feel like they're run definers, but you really have to get them early in order to really want to commit. When they give me a buffalo or a bison on like, what, turn 8, I'm like, it's too late. Is it actually too late? Who's to say? Probably a lot of the time it isn't too late and I could very easily do it, but I'm kind of a stickler for the way I do things already. It's a hard world out there when you refuse to change. Ooh, a second deer. Instantly gratified. Alright, so deer in front of you is actually cooler than this man, and honestly, he can leave. Not for these units, so he will survive 1 additional turn. But one day soon, my friend, a tier 5, I would say, is coming for your life. Ooh, full-on summon squad. Alright, plus a horse. I guess the sea turtle was kind of like the opposite of a horse. It's literally the exact opposite of it, which is interesting, because I continue to feel like I hate horses. I think they suck. But the sea turtle is amazing. I love the sea turtle. Maybe that means I should reevaluate my decision-making in terms of how I feel about the horse. Maybe I should do that, but not today. Alright, should I buy this immediately? No, we'll roll once, see if there was anything that was better than the blowfish. I didn't find one, so we're gonna keep the blowfish for an additional turn. Now, there's the question has been raised. Would it be better for me to move the blowfish to the back so that the deer can be in front? So that the deer may theoretically buy a bus. Or kill a bus, such as this bus. Ooh, a kangaroo got a little sniped there. Well, I think the answer is it really doesn't matter, so I don't know why anyone would ask that. Come on now, another bus. Cheats McGee over here. Just because you've got a level 3 cricket and a level 3 horse? Just because you kept all of your tier 1s at the beginning of the game, you think you're cool? Joke's on you, upgrade is passion. You would think that I would like that, but actually I don't. Oop, I will take a monkey though. I am appreciative of scaling. Scaling is something I can't refuse. Here's the issue right now, right? This is my real problem with Ox. It can be good in the early game, but I feel like the amount of attack it has is so small that it's never going to be like a huge carry in the early game. And then when you get to this point in the game, I haven't scaled it, so like what is this? A unit that has a melon? Like the +2 attack isn't really doing anything, and he's not scaled, so I kind of want to sell him even though he's level 2. To replace with what, a gorilla? I mean, the gorilla has better stats, I guess. It's like an innate coconut. Then I would want to put the gorilla up front though, because like this kind of unit, where it's just like gets stronger, especially with the gorilla after you get hit, it has to have the stats in order to survive this. I don't really care about the deer. I'm gonna skip it for now, and I do believe I would eventually like to sell the ox. So we're not going to freeze the ox. You might be asking, did you make that decision because you forgot to freeze it or because you actually wanted to do that? Well, the answer is obvious. So you should already know it. Alright, moving on. Ooh, worm in a sun hat. That's the cutest little lady you've ever seen. No, the sun hat is cute in all of these animals. Adorable. What am I wearing? A golden poop? That's the problem, you know, the golden poop is like that tool in the game. It's the hat you win after you've win so gosh darn much that they give you a free prize about it. The problem is... Okay, wait, what's better? Garlic or just another bus? I think another bus is probably better. The problem is that those kinds of things, it's like when they first come out, they feel cool, but after they've been out for a while, it just starts kind of to feel like you're like, oh, you can't be in front anymore, that's what I was doing. I guess front skunk? Is that nice? Now I kind of wish I had the gorilla. If I knew this guy wasn't going to be able to get these stats, then I would have put something up there that could deserve the stats better. We roll once to see if we get something cool. I'm gonna say crocodile is pretty rad. Oh, well, there's the gorilla. Am I gonna eat my words and commit to this? Sure. Do we still want this? I mean, I don't know, what's better, the crocodile or this? It seems like we've gone against at least 2 different summon squad in recent history, such that a cat could also be better than a monkey. Oh, I love the cat. The worm is actually useful in tier 1. The black cat can actually do anything in the first pack, which is great because I love the concept of the cat, but I feel like by the time I ever try to run one, it's always so late into the game that it dies instantly and doesn't actually help me at all. Whoa! That was a pretty chunky monkey though. Maybe that was actually good for us? Nope, a snake is never good for us. Ooh, but we can kill it. Oh, thank God. Thank God we got closer than I expected. It left me at least a little bit of my humility, a little bit of my pride. So what are we doing here? What are we doing? You can have more health. And there's no reason to give you a 1-up. Not really any reason to give any of these people a 1-up. Did I want to ditch the skunk in lieu of a crocodile? I think I shall, and honestly, I don't even think buying that snail is worth it, even though I could have. Level 2 monkey. Alright, we've only got 1 health left, so this is the turning point, everybody. This is the point in the game in which I either cry or I raise my hand. Those are some beefy stats. I think I'm gonna raise my hand in not glory. Raise my hand and please stop hitting me. I'm gonna call my mom. That is way too beefy. You can't have that big of a penguin. Scalers are not meant. His little body cannot contain that much power. He's not born for it. Okay, 3 wins and 5 losses, I would say so myself. Not great. Let us run 1 more back, see if we can't redeem ourselves a tiny bit. And I guess, you know what? I could switch back. I feel like we're kind of committed to this point. This is just going to be a tier, a pack 1 episode. Pack 1 episode, everybody. I love the otter. I appreciate the duck stats. And horse, while I will admit, I'm pretty sure you were on the team for basically all of my big wins. And then when I got rid of you, I slowly descended into madness. I'm not going to take you anyway. I still don't really think it was your fault either way. Let's do some boring players. Why am I boring? Well, because I refuse to take the horse, and everyone loves horses. When you're a child, well, I guess maybe it's just girls, actually. I don't know, do dudes have, like, specific animals that when they were a kid, you kind of fell into a category about it, you know? I feel like with girls, you, like, when you're a child, you're always, like, a cat girl, a horse girl, or, like, a wolf girl. Maybe a little bit of owl, but, like, yeah, it was like you either were obsessed with wolves, horses, or cats, and I feel like that was about it. I don't know if dudes have that same, like, kind of like, you just have, like, an animal personality at one point in your life. And, you know, maybe that's the sadness. Maybe they would, but they couldn't, because society told them they can't. Society told little kids that they can't love animals. Little boys out there. So sad. Okay. Oh, okay. Okay, then. I was pretty sure we had lost there, but we pulled it out for the win. 1 win, 5 health, and a tier 2 unit. Oh, you shouldn't have. That's so polite of you. Ooh, double duck. And tier 1. I keep saying tier 1. Pack 1 is where the bison came from, so there's always going to be that opportunity. Dang, there's a lot of animals in this pack. I feel like the weekly cuts it off at like this, right? So there's like 3 extra animals in 2 of these tiers. That sounds cool. It also makes it a lot harder to level things, which I guess is why it's good that there's chocolate in this one guaranteed. Okay. So the reason being, of course, I would like to save as many chances to level, and leveling gives you your next tier pet, as possible for turn 5, in which case we can try and get a bison as soon as possible, in which case we would actually be keeping these ducks, theoretically. So putting an apple on it is not nearly as wasteful as one might assume. Ooh, gray team. Gray team versus brown team, plus an ant in front. We have the ant in front to show that we mean no harm, and then we have the rest of our units to show that we mean a lot of harm. Kind of like people in the olden days when they always brought children and babies. We're gonna pill the ant, purely because we have to make room for these beautiful oinkers. And I don't really want to buy all of them, so we've got at least 1 guaranteed level next turn. And a 2nd guaranteed level if we care to combine, although honestly I don't think I will care to combine. And you can't make me. Jungle into grass. Very natural transition. Me and you, we're like one. See, your dumb ox with its melon armor can't even defeat 1 big duck. So Some people really think that the ox can pull it out. I'm just saying. I'm just saying it's a little weaker. Just because it's got one more attack doesn't mean that its stats are good enough to actually do anything to begin with. Okay, 1 level, a squirrel. I will get rid of an otter for a squirrel. And we're not going level 3 pig, so just get that out of your head. A rooster, also a concept. In fact, I would sell you to buy a rooster. Specifically because we bought the squirrel. Are there even foods that increase attack? Not a lot. I mean, they all do it a little bit, but like none that are like super, like, yes, bonus attack, like the shrimp. There is no shrimp of legends in this game, my sir. Joke's on you, your mosquito didn't do nothing. Also, your otter had double trouble there. Okay, the meat pulled that out, and the squirrel did not. Goes to show, small rodents do not win enough. You're gonna combine, because I've given up on that concept, double rodent. That's not good. Not very healthy. Would not recommend. Here we go doing it. Apple for you, because it was kind of cheap. I would like to buy you. Sadly, we don't have the process for it. Is it late? Is it late for a giraffe? Is it late if you give me 2 giraffes at once for me to want to use it now? I could definitely see someone saying that. I could also see someone saying that it's only like turn 8 or something. Like, what are you talking about? It's too late for a giraffe. A giraffe is just such a weak form of scaling. Why does your squirrel have so much health? Kinda cheating squirrel. They put steroids in their squirrel before they entered that fight. Was he layered? Oh, so many foods. Add 1 shop food. Oh, they're both adding a shop food. I will admit, I did not expect that. And they're all $1? Well, that's pretty good. And then you can bust. And then you can also boost. A turtle is better than both a big duck and a pig. The problem being, if you haven't caught on, look at those stats though. Garlic, 7.5. Meat bone, 8.9. That is something to be respected if I have anything else to respect. Okay. I believe in the power of our rooster. I honestly kind of thought I was going to kill that, but whatever. Big duck in the background. I don't even have to believe in our rooster with big duck in the background. Birds are carrying the squad right now. Do I even want a level 3 duck? Why am I doing this? That's what you gotta ask yourself. Why am I doing this? When instead, I could have this hippo. Or we can level this. That is also a unit. You have me there. How about we do the biggest pivot of your life? You're both getting stats. Salad because it's cheap. Honey, 2 gold. 2 gold is too expensive for me, sir. You think you can get away with these abhorrent prices just because you're a squirrel? Just because you don't technically own the shop, you're actually giving me a discount every time that I open the shop? You think you have a right to make that discount not as big as I want it to be? I'll have to speak to your manager about that, sir. Come on. A seal? A seal in this day and age? That's too good. There's too many good foods that anything that does anything with foods needs to get out of here because it's too strong unless I also have one. If I have one, then it's fine. Keep giving them. Ooh, a chili pepper is something I do enjoy. And a penguin is a better scaler than a giraffe if I had any level 2s. Sadly, a giraffe is the only level 2 I have because my team is kind of stinker. It's a little bit of a stinker. That's better. That's much better. Thank you. Anything else that we would like? I would replace you. Temporarily, I think that's fine. I would replace a giraffe for a crocodile. I say that when I do it right now. Is it worth? I mean, it's probably worth more than this guy. Sadly, he is not sellable this turn because I've got too much stuff going on. If I had bought that seal as my scaler instead of this monkey, this would be pretty cool. I do respect a sushi. Sushi is great. Level 2 chicken, crocodile instead of a scorpion. What is this giraffe doing? Great question. The giraffe's just gonna chill until I find something that's cool enough to convince me that this guy is lame. Who knows how long that could take? Some people would say that a giraffe is not lame, and therefore I can't possibly be convinced that it is. Ooh, your worst nightmare, Mr. Sir. Hippo versus sheep versus an ox versus a honey? That's too much power. You have to run like a pseudo summon squad in order to do an ox good, but it's so easy to defeat a summon squad early game if all you have is a hippo. Just a hippo in a dream and you're already on your way. Alright, I do like a chili, so I would consider buying it. This is cool, but it means that we do have to do this now. Which is a little sad because I was really appreciating how much attack I was able to get on those babies. If I don't have the strongest babies in the world, if my little chicks don't come out fighting and punching with their little baby swords, then what even are there? What's the use for having children if they're not going to come out and kill? Instant murder. It's a hippo eat chick world out here, see? That chick was strong enough to take revenge for his brother. They weren't strong enough to survive, but they were strong enough to take revenge. And doesn't that just make you proud? Doesn't that just make you say, I'm so glad I had children? Here's a concept. You're gone. We buy a seal, which honestly I think in the long run is going to supply more food. We keep this for next turn. Oh, a new concept. We ditch the seal. We go snake. Snake is always a jam. Right behind the rooster with that attack? That could be amazing. Such that I feel like give 2. So if I buy both of these foods next turn, hope they hit them. It doesn't matter if they do or don't. If they do, actually better, because she gives even more stats out. And then we replace it with a snake. So then we have, well, 1 scaler, which is a very valid amount of scaling, although I will admit having like 3 units all be scaling and 2 beefy units is kind of funny, especially because you can easily replace them with crocodile and have an amazing team. This man out here running elephant, come on now. I know elephant can be amazing, but I know elephant did allow you to win this turn, but that doesn't mean that you get to decide how other people feel about it. Okay, here's the plan. We do have this guy now. This is too many options, my guy. Alright, you're out of here. Snake behind you. Here's the problem. If this was a level 1 crocodile, I'd probably switch it out for this guy. The fact that it's 1.5 makes me feel like I have to commit to it. 1-up is amazing on the snake, because at the very least, the snake will not be one-shot by a sniper at the beginning of the round. You will still get at least its level 1 ability. The snake is not here to have stats, so it doesn't matter if it gets only 1-1 on 1-up return. Okay, joke's on you. Those buses are gonna totally... Oh, I was gonna say they're totally gonna bash my snake, but our snake bashed them. That's why you gotta really focus on that snake, man. It really pulls things out when you never expect it. When you least expect it, boom, there's a snake. There's a snake in your boot. There's a snake in your ear right now. Did you feel it? There it goes. Creepy, isn't it? Don't you feel silly? Don't you feel sad? Okay. Very interesting concept. You have a fly, and you've also apparently pilled 2 different units in the shop in order to get a level 2 half-fly. Which I can only assume that the idea there is just that they're going for maybe an achievement. Can you get an achievement for a level 3 zombie fly? Who's to say? Well, thanks for watching, everybody. I also just wanted to mention that recently I've been doing a little bit of a rework of my model. So soon I will have a slightly different look. So get hyped for that, because I think it's a vast improvement over what I do like now. Thanks for running, and I'll see you guys next time.